Alright, so welcome back again. This is the third lab of Jenkins series. So let me start to read the instructions. Alright, so the notorious team is integrating Jenkins into their CI/CD pipeline. After setting a new Jenkins server, they are now configuring user access for their deployment team. So follow this step. So the first step is click on the Jenkins button on the top bar to access the Jenkins UI. So I will click the Jenkins button and then log in with a username. Username is admin, ADMIN, admin. I'm gonna paste there. So the password is capital A, D small letter, M small letter, and exclamation mark, and small letter N. Finally 321. So admin 321. So key means sign in. I'm gonna make it sign in. Alright, now we are getting into the admin dashboard of Jenkins. So the second requirement is create a Jenkins username Ammer with a password, with a related password. Their full name is Marsh, capital A, double M-M-E-R. Alright, so how do we create a user? So we will manage Jenkins and then let we add new user. So here we find that here user configurations. I will create a user. So username is a small letter A, M-E-R, Ammer, and I will copy the related password, and I will copy this password. I'm gonna paste their password and also confirm password, and full name is also the same name, but just only the first capital letter difference. Alright, I'll create the user. So I've successfully finished for that stuff. So we go to the third requirement, third step. So utilize the project-based Matrix Authorization Strategy to assign over or read permission to the Ammer user. So we're gonna do project-based Matrix Authorization Strategies. So how do we utilize that? So and we have to assign over or read permission to the Ammer user. So let we go to the again Manage Jenkins and let we do security. So we're gonna have to do authorization. So authorization is related with security. That's when we go to security step, and let we find the authorization session. So authorization section is right here, but we don't see any option with this project-based Matrix Authorization Strategy. So that's why we're gonna have to install some plugin related with that. So we will install plugins. We click the plugins section and then available plugins. So project-based author Matrix. Do we find that? Yeah, Matrix authorization. Let me find with that name. Alright, so we will find that plugin and I will install it. So this time we don't check for the restart Jenkins when installation is complete and no jobs are running. We avoid it. You don't need that. So we successfully finished for installation, and we go back to security session, and then we find the authorization session, and we find the option. What option? The option is Matrix-based security, but this time we use project-based Matrix authorization strategy. Alright, so we're gonna have to add the user, right? We had to assign over or read permission to the Ammer user. Now we don't have Ammer user, that's why we add the Ammer user. So Ammer. So for over this here, they has separate the session over or agent and job and run and view and FCM. So now we're gonna give the Ammer user the over or read permission. So we will find the over or session, go to over, and then we get only read permission, right? And the full requirements: remove all permissions from anonymous user. So here we have anonymous user, we remove everything. We remove every permission. Um, if you, if any, ensuring the admin user retains overall administrative permission. So admin user, do we have admin user right there? So we don't have admin user. So admin user I added. So in admin user have like admin user retains overall and administer permissions. So we give the administer permissions, no read permissions, this permission. Alright, so alright, we finished for step 4, full requirement. Alright, so I'm gonna save the configuration. I save it. So the fit requirement. For existing job, we have to get a grant Ammer user only read permissions. This is for existing job. So discarding other permissions such as agent, FCN, etc. So we will go to the Jenkins homepage and we click that this hello world job. So in this job, we will go to configure page, and then the requirements say Ammer user only have free permissions. So how do we get the free permissions? So we did it this for this lab is project based security, right? That's why I select this. So now we don't have the Ammer users. That's why I will add Ammer ID. Okay. So but for this job, we just only had to get read permissions. So I select read permission. So Bird discarding other permissions such as agent and SCM. So we don't need agent, we don't need SCM, right? So alright, so we finish for the whole requirement and save it. Alright, so we can read the note. You may need to install plugins and restart Jenkins service after plugins installation. Select everything. But we didn't do this. After restarting Jenkins service, wait for the Jenkins login page to appear before processing, avoiding clicking finish immediately afterwards. Capture screenshot, but yeah, we don't need for these nodes. Alright, so we finished for this left. So I will check it and confirm. I think we'll be succeeded. Come on, it's gonna be successful. Yeah, I think nothing was wrong. We carefully. Yeah, that's it. Alright, so I will start my lab right here. So I will start left and say yes. Alright, so no issue face. Alright, thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.